What are you doing? This man is an imposter.
No, this traitor tried to kill me and had my beard removed. Look! Arrest the Viper Tamir!
And now, in another amazing turn of events, Tamir Mafrad is being taken away.
This constitution is nothing but a license for oil companies and foreign interests to destroy my beloved Wadiya. Wadiya will remain a dictatorship. Oh, be quiet. Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try.
If you notice here, it says Q is a clearance. Okay, it has to do with clearance. Q is access authorization for the Department of Energy. Okay? So, Q, Anon, or anonymous, Q is supposed to be about clearance. Okay? So, this information that's coming out, that's coming through so-called Q, I think it's kind of interesting that also this has to do with clearance, okay, which has to do with data. That's pretty interesting. But what's even more interesting than that, and I wonder if anybody else out there has connected these dots, is that IBM just announced their quantum Q System 1. You think that's a coincidence? IBM is calling their quantum computer that is now the first integrated quantum computer. It's being called Q. I don't think that's by chance. And I don't think it has to do with the fact that quantum starts with Q. I think there's something much more nefarious going on here. Do y'all remember that IBM was working with Nazi Germany? So here you have the Q system, the first quantum computer. And by the way, it's all about computation. Computers, right? Computer. Or computing numbers. And remember this, that's exactly what the Bible describes with the mark of the beast. Right? The number, his number, the number of the beast, or the number of his name. And that's exactly what this system is all about. But what's even more interesting is that this thing is connected to CERN. There it is, right there, CERN. Very, very interesting.
I wanted to touch on something very briefly.
So I'm back with another video, but I just wanted to put that out there for everyone who will listen to see that they put it right out there, and I mean, they're mocking us, but they're telling on themselves, because America has pretty much been a dictatorship. America is still owned by the Queen of England. The decisions made for all the countries, especially the Western countries, really come from the Jewish elite. One of these days I'll get a clip on which one of the former prime ministers, Ariel Sharon, during a little bit after 9/11 said that, don't worry about America. When someone asked him, he said, America knows who's in control. Foreign policy, all of our laws written, everything is created by the Jewish elite, you know. And there's so much more to go into that, but what that clip was saying, it basically was describing what America is. They carry out assassinations on us, the American citizens, when they don't like the things we say. If you truly know really the truth about the government, how they operate, things they're guilty of, and you really go out and speak it, and is in such a way that's so powerful that people can believe it, because they can see when you're given the truth opens eyes. And then they will send out their Delta Force, Black Ops agents, or what we know as CIA is really military intelligence. They will send them out to assassinate you. Or they'll use SEAL Team 6, you know. These groups are really there as mercenaries or assassins against the citizens of America. And so I just want you to know that you can only go so far with exposing the government before you start getting in trouble. You know, now mainstream people who are supposedly exposing things are part of them. So that's why they're not going to get in trouble. They might act like they're getting in trouble, like the whole thing of suspending Alex Jones' account on YouTube. All that was it was so easy to see through that. That's a joke. But those who are true, they don't, as long as they're breathing, their lives are never easy. So, but just again, that you would wake up and see that they describe what America is in saying that. The only thing I'll disagree with is the notion that they're just locking up one race, which pretty much we all know that they're talking about blacks. They always portray this thing that blacks are just innocent and being locked up, when the reality is they commit more crime than anyone else. Stats prove that, if you don't personally know that. So, and they don't care about the blacks anyway. They use them. They're what they call as they're useful idiots, you know. So, but just continue to keep your eyes open. I'm out.